Hi guys, Mama Dar here. I'm here with Theresa Johnson, and we are in Fredonia at the Circle of Light today. We're here doing readings, so we figured we'd do a YouTube video. And guys, Mama's been getting a lot of questions on what the hell is Mercury Retrograde and what is happening. And you know, Mama doesn't do all this stuff. I depend on you guys to go, no, Mama, don't do that now. Mama's all about the angels and that kind of stuff. I let you guys deal with this. So that's been my biggest question in all the readings I've been doing in the last month. And I'd like for you two to kind of explain in easy terms, what is Mercury retrograde and why does the energy knock us so?
Is there an easy definition of Mercury retrograde?
There really isn't. When we say retrograde, that means that the planet is moving backwards. It's not really moving backwards. What's happening is that from our view from the Earth, our orbits are not in alignment yet. So it's kind of like if you're ever standing still in traffic and you have traffic passing by you, it almost feels like you're moving backwards. Did you ever have that happen?
Like I just did on the 290.
And it's just that apparent motion. The planets really don't go backwards, but from our view on Earth, they look like they do. So when Mercury wanders, we have all kinds of things happen because Mercury is the planet of communication, if you want to go ahead and elaborate.
Well, Mercury is the messenger of the gods. It's the ruler of Gemini and Virgo, and it rules communication. So Mercury is the messenger in astrology as it is in mythology. It's the planet of day-to-day communication. It's the planet of everyday expression. And Mercury not only rules communication, it rules coordination. Thought processes, ideas, and sensory information from both conscious and unconscious sources all need to be coordinated and understood. So when Mercury is perceived to go backwards, communication, everything that controls communication, machinery, and let's face it, we are in a world where machinery actually controls us. When machinery goes down, when computers go down, when telephones go down, when airplanes are late, we're all late. We're all get thrown into a state of confusion. So Mercury is the planet of let's take things apart and put them back together. Well, what happens when we take things apart and we can't put things back together? That's Mercury retrograde. It's unemotional. It's curious. Today, we tend to meet people's Mercury first. Many people make a connection for the first time through emails. How about online dating? Mercury rules whether we are flowery in our speech or the written words, concise in our choice of words, or businesslike even in our personal communications. So when Mercury appears to go backwards, astrologically speaking, our communication goes backwards. It's a lesson of do, and redo, repeat, and repeat. So here we are at the end of Mercury retrograde. We're still in the shadow period. It's like everybody has been holding their breath and they're tense, and now there's this big, oh, thank God Mercury's over. But now there's a letdown of that energy because we've been holding this pin-up energy for 3 weeks. In the shadow period, it's time for cleanup. But there still could be delay. And what is the astrological and karmic implications of Mercury? Well, sometimes you can't avoid things. Sometimes you can't avoid being late. Sometimes you can't avoid your plane being late. Maybe you weren't supposed to catch that plane that day. Maybe you weren't supposed to take that trip that day. Maybe you were supposed to not sign a contract that day. Maybe you weren't supposed to have electoral surgery that day. Think, because that are Mercury's and Gemini's rules. Think, repeat, redo, and just remember, if it comes down to it, maybe the delay was a good thing.
Right. The whole thing with Mercury retrograde is sometimes they can last for a long time. We were lucky this time. It only lasted for 3 weeks. So every time a Mercury retrograde happens, it's kind of a time for us to reflect on things. It's not a good time to sign contracts. It's not a time to start businesses or anything like that. Why? Because you're going to have to redo it. You're always going to have to go back to the drawing board during a Mercury retrograde. So it's best, that's what astrology is good for, especially day-to-day things, is you can plan ahead and be like, okay, I'm not going to start this project till Mercury's out of its shadow and gone, and now it can move forward. But when you find, sometimes you can't help it, but you'll find that things get confused. We lose things. We misplace things. We drop things. Earrings fall out of your ears. That kind of thing. But thankfully, this was a short period, so now we can get on with the Christmas season and all that hustle and bustle, and we're not running around going crazy. So
all Mama Dar has to say about Mercury retrograde is lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. So when you find yourself in this kind of energy, guys, I just want to remind you, go back to some of the other videos that we have online. Take the time, realign, watch for your chakras.
Mindfulness.
Try and remember everybody's in this bad energy and it feels yucky. So try and be mindful of others and what they're going through too. Try and take care of yourself. Get some white candles for negativity. Pyramids are a great thing for negativity. Align some stones for yourself. But you have to make sure, take care of yourself, okay, folks? And we hope that you are having a very, very blessed Christmas season and that you can enjoy the true spirit of giving instead of getting caught up in the hustle and bustle of how much things are. So we wish you very, very well this season and a very happy new year. Many, many blessings from all of us. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.